BTS News Today. In the world of K-pop, the relationship between members of a group is often the main spotlight. But when it comes to BTS, the legendary boy group from South Korea, there is a unique dynamic that always steals the show: the relationship between Jimin and Jungkook, or better known as Jikook. The two have long been the center of conversation among ARMY BTS fans, not only because of their incredible talents, but also because of the emotional closeness they display publicly and behind the scenes. Recently, one horrendous moment occurred and made everyone wonder, is Jimin and Jungkook's relationship more than just a friendship? In a BTS event that took place behind closed doors and was only leaked to the public through several pieces of video and eyewitness stories, the interaction between the two became the subject of heated discussion in the online community. The moment was so intense and full of emotions that many believed that something unusual was happening between them. The event was actually planned as a private reunion between BTS members during their hiatus from the entertainment world due to military service. Jungkook, who was known to be still serving his duties, was seen attending specifically with special permission. Jimin, who was also undergoing training, also came with a face that looked very cheerful. But the highlight is not only their presence, but the very intimate and emotional interactions that are shown when certain moments occur. In the video clip circulating, Jimin can be seen standing in the corner of the room with teary eyes. Jungkook then approached her, not saying a word, just looking meaningfully into Jimin's eyes. A few seconds passed in silence until Jungkook slowly grasped Jimin's hand. The movement was so gentle yet deep, as if it had a meaning that only the two of them understood. In the next second, Jimin smiled slightly, then without hesitation hugged Jungkook tightly in front of everyone. The hug lasted long enough, making the atmosphere in the room instantly quiet. The other members who witnessed the moment didn't give any comment, but their expressions were quite speaking. RM appears to smile slightly as he looks down. Suga is seen covering his mouth, as if hiding a surprised expression, and Taeyong just looks at his two best friends blankly. Only J-Hope looked like he wanted to laugh at the situation, but with a clearly confused expression. The moment made many fans wonder, is there something deeper between Jimin and Jungkook? This moment went viral in no time. On various platforms such as Twitter, TikTok, and the International Army Forum, clips and photos of the moment are widespread. Hashtags #Jikook is real and #what happened with Jikook immediately occupied the world's trending topics. Armies from different countries began to decipher their respective analyses, re-examining old videos, live broadcasts, and interactions that had occurred in the past between Jimin and Jungkook. Many argue that their relationship has evolved over the years, from an intimate friendship to something more intimate, although it has never been publicly acknowledged. The relationship between Jimin and Jungkook has long been a subject of discussion. From the beginning of BTS's debut, the two have shown incredible chemistry, both on stage and in everyday life. Jimin is known as a caring person, while Jungkook, although he tends to be more reserved, often shows his soft side to Jimin. Quite often they are caught on camera looking at each other, laughing together, and touching each other in a natural way, which for some fans became unusual signs of closeness. However, this moment that just happened was different. There was an aura of strong emotional tension, as if they had just gone through something heavy together, or maybe even had harbored feelings that had not been able to express openly. Some fans speculated that the hug was an emotional farewell, as one of them would be serving a heavier military duty. However, not a few also believe that the hug is a tacit recognition of feelings that have long been buried. The South Korean media did not remain silent. Some entertainment news outlets began to pick up the news about the moment, albeit with great caution. In one of the articles from Dispatch, it was mentioned that the emotional connection between BTS members is something that has been deeply intertwined for more than a decade. And it could be that moments like this are just expressions of affection between brothers. However, Dispatch also did not deny that the closeness between Jimin and Jungkook did have a different intensity than the other members and their relationships. The army was divided in responding to this event. Most fully support whatever form of relationship Jimin and Jungkook have, whether it's a very strong friendship or maybe something more. For them, the most important thing is the happiness of both idols. However, there is also a small minority who are uncomfortable with the growing speculation, feeling that the boundary between the members' private and public spaces should still be respected. On the other hand, psychologists invited by the media to analyze this moment stated that a very close emotional connection between men is not uncommon, especially in Korean culture, which emphasizes togetherness, physical affection as a form of comfort, and close brotherhood. However, they also stated that such a deep expression of feelings in a public place, as Jimin and Jungkook did, indicates the presence of great emotional depth between them. Meanwhile, reactions from Jimin and Jungkook themselves have not been heard directly. Both remained silent and did not give any statements. This actually adds to the curiosity among fans. When Jimin appeared on the live broadcast a few days later, he just smiled and said that he was very grateful to be able to meet the people he loved even though he was in a difficult time. That sentence alone is enough to make speculation even wilder. This moment also had an impact on the dynamics of fandom. Many fan art, fanfiction, and video edits were made based on the incident. ARMY's creativity is explosive, showing how much of an emotional impact that one very brief moment can have. Some even made their own song about Jikook's hug, and the song went viral on TikTok because it touched the feelings of the fans. Not a few also take advantage of this moment to discuss the importance of true friendship, unconditional love, and the expression of emotions between men in modern society. Some LGBTQ+ activists have also welcomed the moment as a reminder that love and compassion can't always be boxed in within traditional boundaries. However, the most interesting thing is how Jikook always manages to make the world wonder. Without a single word they say, their silence became a louder language. Every look, touch, and hug is proof that human relationships cannot always be explained by simple logic. There were feelings, experiences, and a long history that shaped each of their interactions, and it was something that only the two of them knew fully. In the entertainment world full of highlights, Jikook remains the most beautiful mystery. That one moment of embrace may have been a snap for some, but for millions of armies around the world, it was a story that touched hearts, sparked discussion, and reunited the spirit of community in support of the two people they loved. I don't know what really happened behind that hug. Is it a sign of a temporary separation, a recognition of deep emotions, or just a hug between two true friends who have been through so much together? No one knows for sure. But one thing is clear, that moment has changed the way the world views Jikook. Not just a vocalist duo from BTS, but two hearts that always find a way to connect with each other, no matter the distance, time, or circumstances. And to this day, the question still resonates: Jikook too close? The answer may be in their eyes, perhaps even in their silence, or perhaps in an embrace that no one who witnessed it will ever forget. After the viral moment of emotional embrace between Jimin and Jungkook, the question that haunts many fans is not only about the meaning of the hug itself, but also what happens after it. Several eyewitnesses from inside the event, whose identities have not been revealed for safety's sake, revealed that after the long embrace, Jimin and Jungkook remained standing in silence for a few moments, as if not wanting to let go of the moment. They then sat side by side, not talking much, but Jungkook seemed to hold Jimin's hand for most of the event. One of the witnesses mentioned that the way they looked at each other was like keeping a story for years. Some of the other members, including Jin, who had just completed his military service, seemed to respect the personal space both of them needed, did not interfere, and even gave an understanding smile from afar.